Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's well. I just have a bit of a small encouragement this morning. As I was on my way to work this morning, I looked at my finger as I was preparing for work, actually, at home. I can't remember what I did. I pressed against this finger and it caused a bit of pain. And I looked at it and I'm like, okay, but I don't understand. It looks like it is properly healing. The wound has literally closed up, but today I felt extreme pain, after such a long time. And instantly the Holy Spirit said, that is what happens even in our lives. We go through things and we think that we have healed. Outside, we look like we have healed. Outside, we look like everything is now well. But then comes certain situations that will just press on our wounds and it brings up pain. That does not mean that healing has not taken place. That does not mean that there isn't a progress. It just means that something from outside, a force from outside, came and pressed upon the wound that you already had, and it caused pain. Now, the mistake that we make in most times is that once we press and the pain comes up, we now give up on having the mentality that we are healed. We give up on believing that healing has taken place, believing that there is progress. We tend to get ourselves in a position where we hold on to the pain that we feel and we forget the bigger picture of we are healing. So this is an encouragement to you this morning, that if you feel like you are at a moment where everything is falling apart, you are at a moment where you feel like, okay, yesterday I was okay, yesterday I was fine, the past 2 weeks I've been okay, I've been at peace, I've been happy, I've been joyful, but today I feel like everything is falling apart. Today I feel like nothing is coming all right. Today I feel like killing myself. I feel like cutting myself. I feel like pulling my hair. Today I feel like everything that has happened in the past is coming back to me. All the flashbacks, all the pain that I went through, the rape that I went through, the suffering that I went through, the children that I lost, the parents that I lost, all the pains are coming back to you. This morning the Holy Spirit is saying, trust the process. Just because it hurts today does not mean that God is not working on healing you. Just because it feels today like everything is falling apart, it does not mean that God is not at work in our lives. Just because you don't see the hand of God in your situation or in your life right now, it does not mean that God is not there with you in that storm that you're facing. In many times, let's look at Joseph. When his brothers did what they did to him, do you think that he felt that God was with him at that time? Of course not. But he allowed the process. It's only afterwards where he got to see the hand of God. Let's look at Jesus being on the cross. Imagine now you being nailed to the cross. Would you really think at that time, of course you would not be thinking of that. So the pain that you feel in the moment, it can get you to a point where you feel like, okay, God is not there. Where you feel like God has his own people. The other day somebody said to me, I don't understand how you're always so strong. I wish I was as strong as you. And I said to her, it's not that I'm strong. Life gave me no option but to be strong. But at the same time, it's not that just like life gave me that option. I had to come to a point of realizing that my own strength, it ended a long time ago. I had to rely on a higher force of strength, on a higher power, which is Jesus Christ. Had I not known Jesus Christ, had I not been saved, I would not have survived everything that I survived until this day. Had I not known Christ, I would not be as strong as you guys see me being strong. I am strong because I have God on my side. So know that it's not a matter of us being strong or us being God's favorites, as she also said. At times it feels like when you are one of God's favorites. I am not one of God's favorites. I don't even feel like one of God's favorites at times. But I had to bring myself to a point of saying, no matter what I can try, I'll never be able to do it on my own strength, on my own wisdom, on my own might. I'll never be able to do it according to the way I would try and put the puzzle piece together. I had to fully depend on the power of God. I had to fully depend on the healing from God. That is the reason why I even left my depression medication, because I felt that it was making me worse. And I thought to myself, if there's any medicine that I could possibly find at this point, it can only be the medicine from the one that created me, the greatest physician of all. So I have to put my trust in God. So this morning I'm saying to you, even though you are feeling like everything is falling apart, even though you are feeling like nothing is coming together, know that God is with you through it all. Know that you are not alone. Know that it's just a bad day, it's just a bad season. It does not mean that things are literally falling apart. It does not mean that your life will never be okay. Know that it's just a pressing on that wound that is already healing. I don't see blood anymore. The wound has completely closed up. Yes, the scar might be there, but that is another thing that makes me see that, okay, there is healing. The scar reminds me that I went through something. The scar gives me wisdom to say, okay, 1, 2, 3, you don't do it again. But at the same time, I look at the scar and I say, I am healing. I look at the scar getting better and better and better, and I say, I am healing. There's no more blood anymore. There's no more constant pain anymore. The pain came today because I pressed on it. And sometimes life will press on us. Sometimes life will take us through situations that press on us, that make us feel like, okay, nothing is ever gonna come right. This wound is never gonna heal. This pain is never gonna go away. But trust me when I say it is all a process. Healing is a process. Healing is a process. Healing is not an overnight thing. And remember, be patient with yourself. You've gone through whatever you've gone through for years, for months, for weeks, and you can't just say because today somebody has prayed with you, today because Mrs. Mohati has taken you through counseling, then you say, okay, I have fully healed. Healing is a process. Healing takes time. I went through depression for 10 years. I can't expect that just because I've been on medication for a year or just over a year, then everything's going to be fine. It's not going to be fine in over a year. It's going to take months, but it takes prayer, it takes patience, it takes perseverance, it takes fighting. We do not stop fighting. Just because the wound has been pressed on and I feel pain does not mean I should now give up in terms of and treating it in terms of believing that it will get better. Just because I've been pressed today, just because I've been discouraged today, just because the one closest to my heart has hurt me today, just because I lost a job today, just because I couldn't get to an interview today, it does not mean that everything is now falling apart. It is a pressing that is taking place at that specific time. It is a season of pressing that we go through, and we do not give up in our season of pressing. We do not give up where we are meant to be living, where we are meant to triumph, where we are meant to prosper. So this is motivation to you this morning that is feeling like it's not going to happen. Know that it will happen. Know that you will get out of that situation. Know that the pain will get better. And please, 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 do not give up in the pressing moment. Do not give up in the pressing season. Everything will fall into place. May God be with you, and may you have a blessed day. Thank you.